All right. So go ahead and get in a nice, comfortable seated position, rocking back and forth a couple times so you're nice and even on your hip bones. And if you have a baby, you can hold your baby in your lap or have your baby be in front of you. Or just let your baby do their thing today. All right, go ahead and close your eyes, sitting tall, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Start to tune into your breath this morning. Feeling it flow in and out of the body without forcing it or trying to change it. Feel a wave of relaxation wash over you with each and every breath. Feel all of your muscles start to relax and soften and open up with your breath. Feeling grounded and supported by the floor underneath you. Remembering that you're always supported. I'm setting your intention for class today. So what brought you here to the yoga mat? What are you looking for more support around this time in your life and in your journey with motherhood? And then go ahead and welcome your baby into your practice today. Inviting your baby to join you. And I want you to find a mantra that works for you today, or a special saying or phrase that you need to hear to create a new story and belief inside your mind. So some examples that you can use is, I am the perfect partner for my baby. My baby is perfect for me. Or yoga is special for my baby and me. Or I trust my intuition as a parent and mother. Or when I am relaxed, my baby is relaxed. Or anything else that feels good for you today. And remember to honor your body today, listening to it, asking what it needs. To not force it or push it into any movement or poses that it's not ready for or that it doesn't want today. And then on our next breath, we'll go ahead and join in an Om together to soothe our nervous system and to soothe our babies as well. So go ahead and breathe in. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Beautiful. All right. So for our first pose today, we're going to do bound angle. So we're going to be putting the soles of our feet together, creating a diamond shape in the legs. We can do this pose with our baby or without our baby. If we have our babies, we can sit them down in front of us here if they want. And go ahead and grab onto your feet here. Inhaling to repair, exhale, let yourself roll or fold over, letting your head drop towards your feet. Softening the legs, letting your knees fall towards the ground. Letting your spine round behind you as the shoulders slump forward. Feeling a beautiful opening down the spine. In between each vertebra. Yeah, okay, you can go crawl. You can go. Feel opening in the inner thighs and outer thighs. Remembering to do those deep, delicious breaths that will continue to let your body opening up, maybe letting you go deeper into the pose. And come on back up, nice and slow. Next, we're going to go into cow facing pose. So take your left leg, slide it under the right leg. Right leg comes over, and you're going to stack the knees. For me here, I have scoliosis, so this is a little hard on my right side. So you can always take a pillow if you have it nearby or a blanket and tuck it under the right glute. Or actually, I like to sit up on something, and it just centers me a little bit more. You can also sit your baby on your lap here. Mine's currently trying to eat my yoga notes. Let's not do that. He has lots of toys to play with, but he wants the paper. All right, and go ahead. You can either put your hands on your knees or onto your feet and close your eyes, nice tall spine, or maybe you're holding onto your baby here. I'm feeling a beautiful stretch in the outer hips. This is a wonderful, wonderful hip stretch here. And it's okay if the knees aren't stacked right on top of each other. Remember, in yoga, we're not going for perfection. Everyone has different body shapes and sizes and structures and types. And so you're just aiming to feel something in each pose. It really doesn't matter how it looks. So just making sure that you feel sensation, stimulation in the outer hips right now. A couple more deep breaths. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and take our hands and grab our top leg and bring it out And then this time sending it under the left leg. Take the left leg up and over, sitting right between our heels. And maybe you have that pillow under you to even out your hips. Maybe you have your baby on your lap. And then letting your hands either come down to the ground, on the feet, maybe rest on your knee here, keeping a nice tall spine. Notice how this side feels compared to the other side. Nobody has a completely symmetrical body, so one yoga pose on one side might feel easier than it does on the other side. And that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you. Just notice it without any judgment. And if you have lots of kids in your home, and maybe there's lots of noise and activity around you right now, I challenge you to, if you're doing this practice today, to find that internal peace and calmness within amidst the crazy outer world around you. This is training your brain to become mindful even when the world is less ideal for a calm, collected mind. Couple more breaths here. All right, and go ahead and use your hands to take that top leg and unwind it and strain the legs out in front of you and give them a nice good shake here. Get the blood flow back to the toes. Oh, okay. And then we're going to point the toes and flex the toes. Point and flex. And roll out those ankles. Take in the other direction, increasing the circulation in the body. Beautiful. Next, we're going to do rock the baby. So you are going to take your right leg and bring your right leg in towards you, cradling your right knee with your right arm and your left foot with your left arm. And you can also, if you want a little bit more stability, you can take that left leg and bring it in here. And some of you might be really flexible and you can get that leg, right in next to the body. And then for some of you, this might be a little bit more challenging. So again, we're just trying to feel that right outer hip stretch here. And you're going to rock the baby back and forth, which we all should be very familiar with this pose and holding our babies and rocking them to sleep or soothing them. Yes. Remember keeping that nice, tall, straight spine, pulling the belly button in. Anytime we're also sitting on the floor, we're working on improving our posture and building up our core and back muscles, which is what babies are doing every time they play on the floor as well. They're improving their muscular system. Great. All right, let's go ahead and stretch that leg out. We're going to take the left leg and bring it in this time. So you're going to cradle the left knee in the left arm and then the left foot in the right arm. You can keep that right leg straight or bring the right leg in towards the body if you need a little bit more stability here. Feeling a nice stretch in that left outer hip, sitting tall. And then you can go ahead and rock the baby a little bit, waking up that hip joint. All right, beautiful. So go ahead and release down. Give the legs a nice shake again. Bend the knees in towards you. Windshield wiper the knees side to side to release any tension from the hips here in the spine. You might hear some snap, crackle, pops. All right, next we're gonna come into hero pose. So bringing yourself onto your knees, and you can either, I've been doing this pose for a long time, so it's really easy and comfortable for me to sit on the back of my heels. For some of you, it might not be. You might need to use a block, a yoga block, or a pillow, and you can put that in between your feet here. Also, if your perineum is really sore from a vaginal delivery, then it might be nice to sit on a pillow here as well. And this is going to stretch the tops of our ankles and our knees. And while we're hanging out here, let's do some stretches for the upper body. So go ahead and interlace your fingers and then press the palms up towards the ceiling, gazing up at the knuckles. Good, and then go ahead and interlace the fingers behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking down at the ground, opening up the neck. Oh, I love this one, it feels so good. Yeah, buddy. Good. Go ahead and release. Bring the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders and make nice big circles with the arms. Getting rid of any tension or stress or tightness in the upper body from carrying our babies and breastfeeding all the time. Yes, and let's take in the opposite direction. Perfect. And go ahead and release the arms and shake it out. All right, and then coming up onto our hands and knees. If you had a pillow under you, go ahead and take that out now. And we're going to come into a standing position. So curl your toes under and slowly start to come up one vertebra at a time. I'm going to adjust my camera here. Wish that these cameras work long ways. Whew, starting to get warm now. Okay. He loves the paper today. Okay, so we're going to start in mountain pose right now. Here, you can put the socks. All right, so pressing all four corners of the feet into the floor and toes turn slightly out, heels in. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Close your eyes for a moment. Slight bend in the knees. Rooting down through your feet, connecting with the earth here. Taking some beautiful, delicious breaths, remembering your intention and why you came to the yoga mat today. All right, and go ahead and drop your hands and then inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Nice, beautiful stretch upwards. Exhale, swan dive down. Letting the head hang down here, and then we're going to roll back up nice and slow, making some big circles with our body here. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, take the arms out to the side, flat back. Warming up the spine. Good. Inhale up. And exhale down. Whew. I love breathing. Getting everything moving and flowing in the body, getting the energy flowing for the day. Perfect. Good job. And then pausing here. And go ahead and bring the feet together. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we're going to sit back into chair pose. So stretching those arms out in front of you, seeing the hips way, way back, imagining there's a chair behind you, lifting that chest, building the strength in the lower body. Sitting down a little bit lower if you can. Good, and then go ahead and come on back up. Putting your hands on your hips, you're going to step your right foot back for warrior one, so that right foot is pressed into the floor. The left knee is right in line with the left heel. Hips are facing forward. Go ahead and bring those arms up so ears are right in between the biceps. Chest is lifted, and practicing honoring the inner warrior mama that's already inside of you. Rooting down through the feet as you lift up through the fingertips. Go ahead and bring your arms behind you, interlace your fingers together, squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, and then exhale, we're going to fold over, letting our head drop right beside our left knee as our knuckles come up towards the ceiling for our humble warrior. And come on back up. Bringing your hands onto your hips. We're going to pivot the hips back to face forward. We're going to lift that back heel. And then coming all the way down onto the floor for a lunge here. And you can release the top of the right foot onto the floor and stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. Rooting down through that right knee. Beautiful. And then go ahead and bring that right hand down. And then we're going to stretch the left arm up for a twist. So looking over the left knee right now. And then lower the left hand back down to the floor, slide the left leg back, and we're gonna open up into child's pose. So knees apart, toes together, sit the hips back over the heels, and let the forehead rest on the floor. Good, and then go ahead and curl your toes under, bring your knees together, press into your hands so you can come back into your first down dog. Bend the knees, let the head hang heavy, alternate heel lifts, shifting side to side. And then walk your feet up towards your hands and slowly round up one vertebra at a time, coming into a standing position. All right, let your blood pressure equalize, stabilize right here. Okay, good, steady yourself. All right, now we're gonna go through that sequence on the other side. So we'll do chair pose, so bringing the inner feet together and inhale the arms up and exhale, sit on back and down. So squeezing the inner thighs, reaching those hips, the glutes all the way back into that imaginary chair. Building the fire, the internal strength in the lower body. Oh, sitting down a little bit lower. Beautiful, and come on back up. Bringing the hands onto the hips. Step back with the left leg this time for warrior one. Hips face forward. The left heel is down on the floor and the right knee is right in line with the ankle. And send those arms up. Ears right between the biceps. Letting the inner warrior come out here. Warrior woman at its finest. Great, then go ahead and bring the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale and exhale, fold over, letting your head come right down inside the right knee. Beautiful, come on up, nice and slow. Bring your hands onto your hips, pick that back heel up, hips face forward, and slowly lower the left leg down to the floor into a lunge. And then release the top of the left foot to the floor. Send the arms up, pulling the belly in towards the spine, rooting down through the left knee as you reach up through those fingertips. Wonderful. All right, go ahead and lower the left hand all the way down to the floor and send the right arm up behind you, twisting over, looking outside that right knee. Alright, lower the right hand down and then take the right leg back, sitting back into child's pose. So knees apart, feet together, hips come back over the heels, let the forehead rest on the floor. Okay, and then let's come into down dog. So bring the knees together, press into the hands, and send the tailbone up towards the sky, letting the heels come down towards the floor. If your baby's under you, you can always make dog sounds here. I know Lincoln loves it when I do that. Lincoln, ruff, 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 ruff. Yeah, that's the noise the doggy makes. Ah. Ooh. Okay. Okay, and then walking your feet up towards your hands here. And we're gonna come into a big toe stretch. So using your two peace sign fingers, grabbing onto your big toes here for anchorage, and inhaling, lifting with a flat spine, knees slightly bent, gaze is out in front of you, and then exhale, go ahead and release the head down. And elbows come out to the side as you pull those big toes. Feeling a nice stretch down the back of the legs and in the back here. All right, go ahead and release your grip from the big toes and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Ooh. Okay, and we are going to do a couple of balancing poses here today before we come back down to the floor poses. So let's start out with tree. So for tree, you are going to turn that right knee out to the side. We're going to balance first on our left leg. You can keep the right foot all the way on the floor, or you can choose the middle of the shin or the inner thigh. Bringing your hands to heart center, finding an area on the floor to help you to balance with your gaze. You can also, if you feel confident enough, you can also hold your baby here too, but I would recommend a baby 3 months or younger. As babies start to get heavier and older and bigger and squirmier and wormier, they are a lot harder to hold in these poses. So you guys won't see me holding Lincoln as much anymore now that he is just about 6 months. But when he was a newborn, he got to do a lot of the standing poses with me in these classes. All right, wonderful. And release the right leg down. And balancing on the right foot, take the left leg out to the side. Find the position you want for your left foot. I always like to do all the way in the inner thigh, but you can do the middle of the shin or on the floor. Bring your hands to heart center or holding on to your baby. Pressing the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Finding that stillness within your mind. The more stillness that's in your mind, the easier it is to balance. And I think that's true for all of life. We're looking for work-life balance. Good, and release down and roll out the ankles a little bit. All right, we're going to do one more balancing pose. We're going to do dancer pose. If you do have a baby, I would recommend putting your baby down, and don't put your baby anywhere near where you might fall or stumble. Okay. So for dancer pose, we're going to balance on the left foot. We're going to kick our right leg behind us, reaching for that outer ankle. And for some of you, you might just want to stay here today, because as you do this, you're going to feel a nice stretch in the top of the thigh. If you want to take into the full pose, you're going to stretch your left arm all the way up, and you're going to kick your right hand, or your right foot into your right hand. Also do it from the side so you guys can see. So again, find that spot to gaze at in front of you to help you to balance. And you don't have to come down super far with the left hand, keeping the left hand elevated above the heart. Whew. Couple more breaths. And go ahead and release. Ooh, that's a hard one. That really gets your heart pumping. We used to do that in hot yoga. That is so hard in a hot room. All right, so let's do the other side. So kick your left leg back, reach your left hand around, grab the outside of the ankle. Maybe you just stay right here in this pose and work on balancing here. Or if you want to come into the full pose, send the right arm up by the ear, and then kicking into the foot as you come on down, reaching that right hand out in front of you, keeping the right hand elevated above the heart. So kicking and reaching, and breathing. Don't forget to breathe. And go ahead and release. Great, good. Roll out those ankles again. Wonderful. All right, if you have some water, feel free to grab some water here, and then we'll go on down to the floor for our final floor poses. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and come onto our bellies. Do this with me, Lincoln. So your babies can do tummy time with you. Okay. He's just about ready to crawl, so he doesn't stay in one space for long. No, he's already going for the paper. All right, but your baby can be right in front of you for tummy time here, and we're propping ourselves up onto our forearms. And I always like to say this is a pose that a lot of times you might not feel the intensity at first, but the more you stay in it, you'll start to feel it. A lot of times when I'm working at home from the computer, I'll drop onto the floor and do this in front of my computer to help to reverse any damage from sitting all day long. Sitting is really bad for the body, especially the spine. So this is helping to improve our spinal health. Yeah, I know you want that paper so bad. Yeah. You can also drop the head down if you want, or keep the neck in a neutral alignment. Go ahead and remember your intention for today, and also the mantra that you chose. And say that mantra to yourself 5 to 10 times right now. And then letting your head come all the way down into the floor. Bring your legs up into the air, and then windshield wiper the knees here, releasing any tension from the spine. All right, and then pressing yourself up onto your hands and knees for some cat-cows. Start off with a flat back, pulling the belly up into the spine. And then go ahead and inhale forward as we gaze forward and slightly lift our tailbone for cow. And then flow into the next pose to cat. So letting the head drop between the arms and arching the back, pressing into the hands like an angry cat. And inhale forward into cow. Exhale into cat. If your baby is near you or right under you, you can make some animal noises while you do this. You can make cow noises and cat noises, but float, just let yourself flow between the two poses with your breath. So flexing and extending the spine. You do that. All right, beautiful. And come down into a seated position. And like we did in the beginning with bound angle, we're going to come back to bringing the soles of the feet together, creating a diamond shape with the legs. But this time we're going to do tortoise pose. So we're going to slide our hands under our legs here, and then have the palms face towards the ground, and let your head drop towards your knees. You can have your baby in front of you for this or next to you. And see how much deeper you can probably go this time than you did at the beginning of class, now that you're more warmed up, more loose and open. Lincoln's gonna eat my toes here. All right, and slide the arms back towards you, come on back up. And let's come onto our backs. So what I would recommend here is first coming onto your side and then rolling over onto your back. You can, if your babies are up for it, you can put your baby right here. Yeah, he loves doing this. He gets so excited. Yeah, so pressing the feet into the floor. Just pausing here for a moment, feeling the floor support your spine, stretching your spine. All right, and then when you're ready, pressing into your feet, lifting your hips up in line with your body, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your inner thighs together, either holding your baby, or you can keep, if you don't have a baby, keeping your palms flat on the floor. My puppy. Hi. Okay, yeah. Good, and roll down one vertebra at a time. And then roll side to side. If you have your baby, roll with them. Yeah. Yeah. Roll. All right, coming back to the center. Let's do it again. So press into the feet, squeeze the glutes. And come on up into bridge pose, sending your weight slightly backwards to elongate the head, neck, and shoulders. Squeezing the glutes, coming a little bit higher. And if you ever want to work up to a full back bend, this is a good precursor pose to do to warm up the spine. Good, and slowly come on back down and roll side to side. Yeah, this is fun, isn't it? All right, and then one more time, pressing in the feet. Go ahead and bring the hips up. If you don't have a baby, you can bring your hands down to the ground. I know you interlace your fingers and squeeze your shoulder blades together, walk your shoulder blades together. If you have a baby, you can lift them up and do super, super baby. Yeah, they love to fly. They love to fly in the air. Super baby. Yay. Good. And then coming on back down, hugging your knees into your chest and rocking side to side. Massaging the kidneys and the lower back. Yeah. And then come into a full body stretch. So straightening your legs on the floor. Reaching your arms behind you. So one straight line from toes all the way up to your fingers. Pressing your lower back into the floor, hauling out your belly. All right, and then go ahead and bend your knees. Take your arms out to the side like airplane wings, palms down. Pick your hips up, walk them over to the right, and then we're going to come into a twist. So stacking your knees, let your legs come towards the left side of your body for a supine twist. You also feel this in the outer hips as well. Letting your head fall wherever it feels comfortable. We love to crawl and mom. Letting gravity do most of the work here. Waking up the spine. This is also great for our digestion as well. And then using our hands to guide our legs back towards the center, coming again into a full body stretch to realign the spine. And then bend the knees, pick the hips up, walk them over to the left side of your mat, and then keeping your knees stacked, let your legs come towards the right side of your body. Letting your head fall wherever it feels comfortable. use your hands, guide your legs back towards the center. One more full body stretch. All right, and now we're going to get ready for final relaxation. So that might be laying on your back today with hands on your belly or hands out to the sides. It might be lying on your side and breastfeeding your baby if your baby is getting hungry and fussy. Or if you have a chair or a couch, you can, or a wall, you can do legs up the wall. That's always my personal favorite. And you can always have your baby right beside you or right on your chest or tummy. So let's find the position that works best for us today, where we can completely rest, relax, recharge, renourish. Let our whole body go and to soothe our nervous system. Okay. Start to deepen your breath, bringing yourself back to the present moment, opening and closing the eyes, wiggling the toes and fingers. You're welcome to stay here longer if you need more rest this morning. If you had legs up the wall or on a chair or couch, let yourself come over onto your side. Well, for anyone here, if you're not already onto your side, come onto your side in the fetal position to let yourself continue waking back up and stabilizing the blood pressure so you don't get lightheaded when you come up. And push yourself on up into a seated position. For our last and final meditation, if you have your babies, go ahead and grab your babies here and have them face you so their beating heart is connected to your beating heart. Closing your eyes, or if you don't have a baby, bringing your hands together in a prayer position before your chest. I want you to think of one thing that you're grateful for in your life right now. And let that gratitude flow throughout your body, reaching every single cell, permeating it with love. And then sending love down to your baby and to yourself as well. Remembering to how important it is to take care of yourself so you can continue to take care of your baby and your family. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. All right. Well, thank you so much, Alita, for joining me this morning. I hope that you got everything that you were looking and searching for in your practice today. And just so you know that these are free classes, but we also say to you, you're welcome to donate. The charity that I am donating to, it's a safe house in St. Louis for women and children that are in abusive situations. So I will put the information in the group of the charity, and then I'll also put my PayPal link as well. If you want to make a donation, you're welcome to. If not, that's okay as well. I'm just grateful you're here this morning. And I'll keep doing this class every morning at 8 Central, 9 a.m. Eastern. And then we're going to be adding a lot more classes to the schedule as well as I hire more instructors. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Alita. How are you feeling?
Good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next week. Oh, also, too, feel free to invite more mamas into this group as well that you really feel could, pregnant mamas or ones that are new mothers, or even if their children are older, just any mama that you think really needs this type of yoga. We'd love to have you. All right. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Bye. Bye. Say bye, Lincoln. Bye.